Today we are building clay frogs. This project has two parts, the frog and the lily pad that it sits on. We're building it today. Later on it will dry and be fired in the kiln, and after that we'll be painting glaze onto both pieces. This is an important project because from one piece of clay, you're going to learn three important things about clay. The first is how to make long snakes of clay. The second is how to make pinch pots, which will be the body of the frog. And the third is how to attach two pieces of clay together. For instance, when you add an eye to the body of the frog, you're attaching clay together. Whenever you attach two pieces of clay together, there's a little crack where the pieces meet. It's almost like a tiny line. We have to get rid of part of that line. The part that we get rid of is usually in the back. You get rid of it by blending it away and smoothing it out. Just rub it until you can't see a line there anymore. You don't have to do the whole thing, just part of it. The reason why we have to smooth it is while it dries, air will creep into the crack. If you haven't smoothed part of it away, the air can dry up your pieces and pop off the piece that you added. It's very important that for everything you add, you smooth out the back. The first thing that you do is rip your ball of clay in half. We want the pieces to be about the same size. Set one piece aside, put the other piece in front of you. This piece is going to become a long snake of clay. Here's how you do it. You squeeze it in your hand until it turns into like a lumpy breadstick. Place it directly on the table. Put your hands side by side. Press and roll. It's getting smoother and longer. It doesn't matter if it's long or short, but it does matter if it has lumps or bumps in it. So if this winds up with a giant lump in the middle of it, we have to roll that out. Put your hands side by side, press and roll. If it breaks, no worries, just stick it back together. Press and roll to smooth out the crack. It should be about as thick as your finger. This long snake of clay is going to become the lily pad. Here's how you do it. Take the end, fold it over, and start to roll it up. It's like you're rolling it up like a snail shell. Keep going. We can't leave this on the table anymore because it will stick to the top of the table. We're going to put it on a wooden board. Now we have to smooth out those cracks. Take your thumb, rub the clay until all of those cracks are smoothed out. All smoothed out, the other side can stay spirally. On the smooth side, I want you to write your name. Use the wooden stylus. And please write 3 for 3rd grade and the first initial of your teacher's name. If you want to get fancy, you can use the wooden stylus to make a spotted lily pad. If you have a scrap of clay, you could make a little water lily flower, but please attach it towards the edge, not in the center. In the center is where your froggy is going to sit. This is all done. You can pick it up and put it in the box. Now it's time to make the body of the frog. This is complicated because it has so many parts to attach. First, we're making the head and the mouth, and then on your own, you get to make your own tongue and eyes, and I have feet for you. The first thing that we're doing is taking our other ball of clay and breaking that in half into 2 pieces. Take the larger piece and pack it into a ball like you're making a snowman. This larger piece is going to become a pinch pot. To make a pinch pot, the first thing you do is make a deep hole with your thumb. So stick out your thumb and press it hard into that ball of clay. Push way down deep inside. Not so hard that your thumb pops out the back, but hard that it will get far, far into the clay. When you pop your thumb out, it should look like an eye. Now, go like this with your hand. Open, closed. Open, closed. I call this the lobster claw. This is what you use to pinch and make a pinch pot. Open, closed. Put your thumb back in the hole. Reach deep inside and pinch it. Your other hand is going to turn the pinch pot like a wheel. And then you pinch again. Turn, pinch again. Turn, pinch again. The hole is still tiny, but the inside is big like a cave. Now that the inside is opened up like a cave, we can pinch around the edge to make this look like the mouth of the frog. And it's done. A good pinch pot will be formed like a cup. If you smush it too much, it might flatten out like a plate. We don't want that. If you finish early, you can smooth out some of the cracks, but be very gentle because you don't want to smush it. Now it's time to add the rest of the frog's body parts. Use your extra clay to make the eyes and the tongue, and I have 2 feet for you. Take the feet and stick them on the bottom. Flip it over. See that line where the pieces attach? We have to smooth that out. Remember, because if air gets in there, it can break off of your pieces. Feet are done. Let's break off 2 pieces for eyes. And the rest we can roll out and make a tongue. Looks like we're going to have some extra. Maybe if you have time, you can make a little fly on its tongue that the frog is eating. We're rolling out by putting our hands together and pressing. I like to roll the tongue up and put it inside. Reach in and attach the back of the tongue by smoothing it with your thumb. Here are the eyes. We've attached the eyes. Looking back, you can see where the pieces attach. We have to smooth that out. Now, both eyes are smoothed on and attached. We can add more texture using the clay tools. I just used the marker cap to add more texture to the eye, and you can put spots on the back of the frog using a wooden stylus. Be gentle so that you don't smush your clay or make a hole in it. When you are finished, take your name tag and put it inside of the frog's mouth. Yummy, yummy. When you're all finished, bring it up to the box and take a sponge to wash your hands. You must also put all of the clay tools back in the box. Thank you so much. Enjoy, and don't forget to smooth out those cracks. Have fun, kids.